Hello darlings, how are you doing? In today's video we are going to be talking all about newest Charlotte holiday palette. Just released an eyeshadow palette. This is called the Beautyverse palette, and just released two blush palettes. I picked up the latest. We have tons to talk about. We have so many comparisons, so grab a drink and a snack because this will be a lengthy one. If this is your first time here, I am Gigi. I love to talk about new releases, luxury makeup specifically, so if you love that kind of content, do not forget to click down there where it says subscribe, and also go to my other socials for a little bit more beauty. And without further ado, let's begin. Hello friends, welcome, and I am so excited for today's video. You know, I always, ever since I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago, 4.5 or something, I review every single of Charlotte's collections, and especially her holiday collections. We go all out. So this time she's released, I feel like this is a little bit of what she's releasing. So I picked up one of the blush palettes and of course her eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna be trying these guys. We have tons of comparisons because of course we have a lot to go through. I have her singles from last year's collection. Of course we have her highlighters because these look a little similar than, you know, the one in the blush palette. We have her face palettes. I feel like we are going to, you know, find some similarities in this one. Maybe I'm not sure. We'll do some swatching, that's what I'm trying to say. And of course we have her long palettes that she always releases for the holidays. I was upset last year because she never released an eyeshadow palette. So here today is also special because it is a collaboration with my baby girl Steffi from Steffi Glam. If you don't know Steffi, that's her. I'm gonna link all her information down below. Her and I started YouTube around the same time, and we've always kept in touch ever since. I love her personality. She's super fun. I'm sure you'll love her, so check out her channel. She has different makeup styles, and that's the beauty of this video. I'm gonna show you something more neutral, a little bit more boring, and she does a little bit of, I don't know, I feel like she does like elevated makeups. She is a makeup artist though, so hence that I am not. She actually picked up both of the palettes, so I'm sure she'll, you know, demo them for you, and then you're gonna get to see this palette on her as well. She has a lighter complexion than me, so make sure to check out her content in this video. So let's begin with the Blush and Glow Glide palette. This is the fair medium shade. It is for glowing, lifted looking skin, pretty blushed cheeks. This is tailored to fair and medium complexions. She's also released that guy, but that highlighter looked so gold. I don't know, I'm staying away from gold, you know, gold highlighters, but this is a beauty. It is a small palette, and this is the inside. I already did lots of swatching, and if you wanted to see natural lighting swatches, check out my shorts or come over to my Instagram because I show you there. In this palette we get 7 grams of product. We get a 24-month life in the product, and of course these are made in Italy. This is, you know, a little comparison. She's never released nothing like this, I feel like. Oh, actually her longer eye palette. So here it is. This is an eyeshadow palette of her in that size, and then this is, let's go ahead and apply this beauty. I love pink blush, so I was excited for this color. This formula is very powdery, very pigmented and beautiful. As I was swatching it, I could tell that, yeah, you get, you know, just powdery kickback. It's not a densely pressed blush. Let's do the other side. I like it. It is beautiful. It is very matte. No glow whatsoever in here at all. So know that. But it has her soft, beautiful formula. So this is a close-up of it. It is not a pressed blush like the ones that we could find in a palette like this. So that's what I meant with powdery. Now let's go ahead and apply this highlighter. I'm excited for this guy. Yeah, this formula seems similar to her Glow Glides. Oh, so pretty. It is very intense. Can you see? It is a very, very pinky neutral shade. Okay, so this is a closer look at the highlighter. It is Beauty. It is very, very pretty. I love it. I feel like it's very, very similar to Pillow Talk. So we are going to go ahead and swatch. So funny how the pen goes around. This is Pillow Talk, and I also have Champagne Glow, and it's not similar to Champagne Glow. Ouch, sorry, because of course this is a champagne, but I still wanted to swatch it so that you could see. So here it is. So the first one is going to be this guy up here, is gonna be the new one. Then we have Pillow Talk, and then we have Champagne Glow. They are similar, but they're not exact. So the shade is similar. I think that the new one is just a little bit more intense. The new one is also a little bit more pink, just a tiny bit warmer than Pillow Talk, which I like, because Pillow Talk, I felt for my complexion that it was a little bit too icy, so I don't really reach for it that much. I like this one a little bit more, the Glow Glide, the champagne one, but this one I feel like is a good in between. I think that is beautiful. Are they gonna look similar on? I think they are going to give you the same effect. Really same effect, same vibe, but I do love the tiny packaging. I feel like it's a cute, very cute packaging, and I like it. I like the effect that I got. I also compared on my Glow Glide video, highlighting video, these ones from Rare Beauty, and these are more pigmented, these are more punchy. I'm gonna do that swatch right here, and yeah, these are very similar. Again, just same vibe, same color story, same similar family, you know, cousins, but this is a little bit more icy. Again, these I just feel like has a little bit more pink in it, which I like. So if you already have, this one is Mesmerized by Rare Beauty. It's going to be very similar to that guy in the new palette. Now let's move to these Beauty. Oh my god. OMG. She knows how to go out for the holidays. I just love her packaging every time. Like, it's just so stunning. Like, one is better, next one is just a little bit more glorious than the prior. I love her packaging. I mean, I thought this was beautiful. This is gorgeous. Totally beautiful. You get sleeve in here with the shades, and this is the inside of the palette. So right at top, the three first shades are matte shades. She's called them Future Matte. Then we get another matte right below here. This pink shade is also a Future Matte. Then we have a Crystal Glow and a Patty Topper. And then the three bottom ones are also Crystal Glow. I do feel like she has something very interesting and going on in this palette. We get one topper, which is going to be the more sheer. It has pretty much no base to it, just toppers. And then we get these 3 crystal shades in the middle, which are very interesting for her line. I feel like these are just very similar to something that we could find in these single shadows, the pop shots, or these called hypnotizing pop shots. Yeah. We'll see how they swatch, but I feel like they're very similar. Let's get to application. The mattes though, they just look like a cream. Like I previously swatched them, and I don't know if you can see where I put my little paws in there. They just pretty much, they're just like a cream. I don't know. And they do have a little bit of a sheen, which is very interesting. I am excited to try these formulas. So I just reach for that middle brown shade, and that just blended to sex. That was Supernova. That's a beautiful, beautiful warm tone shade. Let's do a little bit more. Spacking right there, and just bring in a little bit to my inner corner. Okay. Now let's deepen it out with this one. These two are very warm, but we do get a cool tone here if you're into cool tones. I'm more into the warm tones, but I feel like we could tone it down if we do a little bit of mixing and matching. Yeah, this formula reminds me of Natasha's cream to powder. I don't think I've ever had anything like this from Charlotte. Future Mad, that's a cool name. I'm gonna run this shade in my lower lash. We must go neutral. So I think I am going to just apply this guy with my finger to see how beautiful that is. I know, and I barely just tapped. This formula has a lot of glittery particles, actually. I'm not sure I want to continue with my fingers. I haven't gotten any fallout, but I just don't want to mess up my look. I'm just going to get this Esom brush. I'm going to wet it so I don't have fallout, and then I'm going to pick up that shade. So I'm just slightly tapping, as you can see, and this is beautiful. I am getting zero fallout because my brush is dampened, but it is pretty. I think the finger is gonna, now that my base is a little bit wet, I feel like I can build up the color. Oh yeah. Okay, and this shade is in Crumbly. Another one that I swatched yesterday, I think it was the center shade, was a little bit crumbly. This is a beautiful color. Now, for the inner corner, I feel like we could Just do a little bit of the topper with the tip of this brush. And this topper is cool toned, so if you wanted to make this whole look cool tone, I feel like, you know, with your fingers, you just tap it. Now that you already saw it, I'm going to tap a few of those toppers right in the center. And yeah, that gave the look a little bit of neutral, you know, neutral effect. That's what you're looking for. But if you wanted to stick to that warm, then just do that shade. I am going to take the first brush that I used, which is Referal 14, and I'm going back into the brown, just patting that in the outer. I'm going to apply a little bit more of the center brown all the way in my lower lash. So now let me actually apply some mascara, maybe a little brown liner, and I'll be right back. Alright friends, I am back and I did a little tiny wing brown. I applied Fenty mascara and then I have soft brown, classic brown actually, on my waterline, which is her pencil, and this is look number 1. It is pretty. It is very neutral, very festive, very, very sparkly, as expected. Now, let's go into the purple, shall we? I'm excited for the purples. I love purple. Let's do this cool tone brown, and I'm going to apply it in my outer portion. This is a nice color. It's not really that cool. It is actually just very neutral. Love it. It is very, very blendable. All right, perfect. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful neutral brown. Let's add a little bit in here to do a little halo. It's very light, so it doesn't really show up as much. It's okay. Let's pick up a little bit more. I feel like it builds up again. It builds up good. Ooh, love it. Love how neutral it is. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's do this first, which is the one that I feel like is less sparkly. It's a little bit more metallic. I'm being very conservative on how much I you know, pick up with my finger. But this, I could tell, is a formula that gets pressed into the pan, and maybe a brush is the best way to pick it up. But it's so pretty. It's very, very delicate, very soft. I hope you're able to see those colors. I went ahead and cleaned Isam's brush. I'm gonna pick it up with the brush. I wonder if I should wet. It's beautiful. I love this purple. Because that brown never showed up, I'm just gonna bring it to my whole eye actually. Okay. It's very soft. I feel like this is a look that you could pull off. Look. It builds up with the fingers good. I feel like this is a look you could pull off every day. It's not as glittery as the other shades. Now this is the glittery one, the center, and for that one I do want to wet this little brush. No, it's so gorgeous. Just gonna leave it in the center. Oh my god. So pretty. Love me a good purple. I'm gonna take the topper again for my inner corner. Pick up the brush again with the brown. Just blend a little. Let's do the cool tone brown in my lower lash. From these, I am getting fallout. So, FYI, for the purple, the second purple that I applied. Yeah, because I see the specks of purple glitter. I thought it could have been the topper, but it isn't. Oh, this is so pretty. Love, love, love. I was gonna use the pink and then I forgot. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that pink in my lower lash. Oh yeah, that looks good in there. All right, let me do the same for the other eye. Liner, lashes, and brown liner. I'll be back. All right, friends, so here you have it. These are the two looks that I created with this palette from Charlotte's holiday collection. I love it. It is very, very fun. Before I forget, this middle shade I feel like was the one that she's released at least similar to one of these limited edition pop shots that she's released, this lavender beautiful shade. I could never get my hands on that one. For the life of me, I stuck her website until I got tired and I never got it. Here in Canada, I don't know if it ever made it here. I know in the US some people got it, not here. So I feel like this is got to be it. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this purple. I feel like it's beauty. Very, very beautiful. Very different. Totally a different vibe. I wasn't expecting this much glitter as we got from this palette. The mattes are a total different formulation that I've ever tried from her. It feels like a cream to powder formula. Never had, you know, anything similar, and she calls them future matte. So I guess that's the future of matte formulations for her. She's never had this future matte formula in any of the like her luxury quads, and I've tried them pretty much all. The three shades at top have a beautiful texture. I dare to say that some of them just look a little satiny, not too much, but you know, just a little bit. But these are so soft. Let's start swatching since I touched them. Now my fingers are all little pads. These are, can you see that little glow that I mean? Especially this warm tone. I feel like it is beautiful. So that's this one. Let's do the next one. And then this is the cool tone. So the cool tone is going to be the less pigmented of them all. So I had to do a little bit of building up for that cool tone shade, but look how they swatch. They are impeccable. Such a soft formula. Let's do the pinky one because it's also part of the matte. This is not very similar actually to the other ones. I feel like this is a true matte, just a powdery matte, but the three top are the ones that are more creamy. So here you have the 4 matte formulas in the palette. Now let's do the Crystal Glow Cyber Silver. I would never I repeat, I would never wear this, but that's just me. I don't like cool tones like this. I don't feel like they're very suitable for me, but hello, this is the most potent in this palette. This is beautiful blue silver tone. It is so pigmented. I'm scared of that shade. I mean, I guess I could pull it off. I'm not sure. I don't think I could ever pull that off, to be honest, because I'm so warm toned like my complexion is, that just doesn't do anything for me. Now let's do the topper. And again, the topper, you can see just sparkles here and there, not much base to that topper. Now the first purple I feel like is the more metallic one, and then like this guy is a little bit more metallic, and then we get the 2 other glitters. I feel like I should do them up here. So here is the first purple, and then we have the second purple with the glitter, and then this is the more neutral shade. And I hope that they do look as glittery as they really are. I mean, you could tell that silver shade is just out of this world. The others are just a little bit more subtle. When it comes to, you know, like eyeshadow comparisons, as I said, I do have this guy in her single, which is rose gold. So I'm gonna swatch it beside the neutral one so you can see. You can see that this one is quite warm toned and this is a little bit more cool toned. So yeah, totally, you know, the rose gold one is just more cool toned. And then this guy, I did wanted to swatch it because this is the green shade in the Hypnotizing Pop Shots. This one is more glittery. So in the Pop Shots, I do feel like she did the same thing. She had different formulas. She had this rose gold, which is true metallic, and then she had this green, which glitters all throughout and more duochrome and more intense. So yeah, that's what I feel like she did in this palette. So she's combined a little bit of these Pop Shots into this palette, which if you ask me is a good deal because these suckers were pricey. A piece, they were pretty pricey. And so if you love these shades, I feel like they're totally worth it because, you know, pretty much you're paying with 2 Pop Shots, you got the whole palette. So I feel like if you love these shades, you know what you're buying. You're buying a holiday palette, very, very festive, very glittery, then you're gonna love these. But if you go, you know, thinking that this is gonna be an easy reach for everyday, easy grab, think again, because it is a lot of glitter in here, so this isn't going to be for everyone. I love it. I feel like it's a beautiful palette. When I think about a purple and I want something like this, I'm gonna grab for these. It's beautiful. And when I want a little bit more of a neutral shade, I know I could get it here. It's a beautiful pourable palette, limited edition. Goodness, I mean, it is very, very nice. My IG Insta friend has a link for first-time buyers for 15% off. I'll leave it below. If you have a second email, you could use that and get the discount. So I'll leave it down there with my affiliate link to purchase. But, you know, to get these on discount, who knows if this will arrive to Sephora? Not sure, but 15% is not bad at all. Anyhow, going back, I feel like this is a beautiful palette. I love it. I love the formula. Very fan. The only shade that I would never use in this palette is going to be the center. You see how So good. So yeah, very fun, very different for Charlotte. I mean, I kind of feel like I am missing these long palettes from this holiday. I wish she's released them again, but I don't think she will if she's already did this. Her latest was my favorite. I think this is the last one that we got, and I love Bejewel. These, we get a purple shade, and I remember loving this Bejewel shade, but it's a deep shade. You can see it's not really you know, anything like these bright purples, and nothing similar in these palettes too. I also feel like if you ever waited for Fire Rose in that quad, you know, that single shade Pop Shot that she's threw on one of her luxury palettes and never came back. These are similar to that. Like, this formula is similar to that. So soft, so intense. Now let's talk about Mercury retrograde, because I did get some comments over on Instagram to compare, you know, with this one. I feel like these gives similar vibes, you know, like this purple. And then this guy and maybe this guy. So let's swatch them, and then I'm gonna swatch. So these are the ones from Huda, and you can see they're very, very different tones, right? They're very different. I will do the two purples in here, and I'll put the Huda. So those are the two in Charlotte. This is the one by Huda. I do know Huda has one. Yeah, this guy here. That looks like this guy here. So this is Huda, and then this is Charlotte. Huda was softer. These two are a little similar, but Huda, I feel like it's a little bit more intense. So here you have the first 4 shades are from Huda retrograde, and then these ones are from the new palette from Charlotte. Rose Quartz, I don't feel like yeah, I don't feel, maybe like this guy, we get that guy, and then this guy, we have two very metallic shades in there, which are a different tone. You can see these lean more violet, and these are a little bit more purple. These are so intense. Do you see those swatches? Geez, Huda, those were in the rose. Okay, I did say I was going to compare highlighters, so I did wanted to do this one, which looks a little pinky. This is not really, but I'll swatch them for you. So this is that one, and then this is the second one. I am going to do the newest right in the center, so you can see it. It looks a little pinky. We'll see. Let's swatch it and see. Okay, so this is just a little bit more cool toned. So the one in this palette has a little bit more of warmth in it. So yeah, that's in this palette, which was her Beautifying in the medium deep version. I have here, no, but this is too pink. Yeah, it's too coral, the one in this guy here. Anyhow, friends, I think that's it when it comes to comparisons. I feel like you already got my Alright, friends, that's it for today's video. I hope this video was entertaining and helpful in, you know, deciding whether or not you need to pick up any of these items. I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this palette? If you are a Charlotte Tilbury lover, what do you think of this formula and this whole palette? I need to hear your thoughts. Also, let me know what you thought of this cute blush palette down below. Do not forget to check out my girl Steffi Glam. Links will be in the description, so make sure to check those. Affiliate links for the items that I talked about in today's video are going to be linked below. Thank you, friends, for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.